I'm going to demonstrate how to take data and turn it into a table that can be used in a database. We have to begin with the data that we want to put into the table, and that's what you see here, the sample product inventory from Lab 9. We can see that for each item in inventory, I have similar information. The first piece of information tells me the kind of product it is, software, keyboard, etc. Followed by that is a description of the product, like Dragon Naturally Speaking. And then in parentheses, you see the product ID. It's DN001 for the first one, and then the cost. And we have that same information for every item or product in inventory. Well, we want to store this information in a database, so we're going to create a table for it. Before we can enter this data, we have to define the structure of the table. What fields or pieces of information are we going to have for each item? So let's begin in the product table. Notice that one of the fields that I'm looking for, as I mentioned, is the product ID, DN001 for the first product. And if you look down through, you'll see that they all have the same similar structure. They're a 5 character identifier. So I'm going to come down to my product table, and in field name, I'm going to name this first field, and I'm going to call it product ID. Then I'm going to go over to field description, and I'm going to say unique identifier for a product. It could be, this is just the way I want to describe it. Then I go to the field type. Again, I have to look at the data to know what to type in here. Well, I can see that my product IDs are a combination of letters and numbers. That means that this is going to have to be text. So this is text data. Text can be anything that's not going to be used in a calculation. And then I have to determine the length. How much space do I need for this data? They are all the same length. They're all 5 characters. None are longer, so I'm going to put 5 here. You have to have enough space for the longest piece of data in that field. And remember, we're just talking about product ID here. All right, let's go to the next possible piece of information. Well, for each item, I have a description of the kind of thing that it is, or the name. So I'm going to call this product name. And I'm just going to describe again, this is the name of the product. And the field type is going to be text again, because it's characters and dashes and things like that. And now I need to figure out the length. To do that, I've got to look for the longest product name. And that looks like it's going to be the American Sign Language. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. Okay, so we have about 69 characters. I'm going to make it 75. Just in case I didn't count exactly right. All right, another piece of information I have is whether it's a keyboard or software, and I'm going to call that product type. And this is going to be type of product. And it's also text. And now again, I have to look for the longest one. Well, let's see, screen reader looks like it's the longest. Let's count how many characters, including the space between the words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so that means I need product type to be at least 13 characters. And then I have product cost. And that's going to be cost per unit. And now this is going to be a value. And I don't have to put in the length, because for values, the computer will automatically calculate it for me. I do not need to consider the $ either. It will automatically put that in for me. All right, so now I've defined those fields, the 4 fields that are in each record in this table. I now have to decide which, is there a primary key, and if so, which is it? The primary key is the unique identifier for that product. It's got to be something that's unique. So I wouldn't be able to use, say, product type, because two products can have the same type. In this case, my product ID is going to be my primary key. All right, and that's all you need to do in order to complete these tables. Hopefully this structure you can then follow through with the other tables that are being created for this lab.